say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we marched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Race fans, let's get ready to race. Night 3 of the Sim Harris Clash presented by the Ram Series, coming your way right here on Backwards Hat Productions, the widely imitated, never duplicated. Another voice in racing that's widely imitated, never duplicated is my co-host tonight, Robbie Buckner. Robbie, tonight, these drivers going to put it all on the line as it's time to put up or shut up here. Knoxville Raceway, Knoxville, Iowa. Are you ready to go, brother?
Yes, sir. We got 3 exciting races for everybody tonight. We got the Pro Late Model feature, we got the last chance qualifier for the mods, and then we have the main event for the entire week, the Harris Clash and the Modified. So it's going to be fun to watch, fun to see. Can't wait to get down and dirty in the dirt and see what happens.
Well, we've got a new camera added up here tonight as it's the Bradley and Robbie cam. You're sitting high up here in the stands with us, overlooking the Knoxville Raceway. You see the fence there. We're high up on top of the grandstands. Robbie, look at this action already as these guys just in practice, but everybody trying to get what they can get out of those cars.
Yeah, most definitely. Everybody wants to try and see what they get, see where they stack up against their competitors.
Well, man, as you know, last night we set the starting order for this race, virtue of the dash, and everybody else just kind of gonna fall in here. So it's gonna be exciting racing tonight, as what these guys have been working for the past 3 nights is the fruits of the labor is finally gonna pay off big for some drivers tonight here at the Knoxville Raceway, Robbie, and other drivers gonna find themselves waiting till next year, counting the what ifs and what could have beens.
Yeah, everybody's trying to figure out what they could accomplish tonight. At the end of the night, you want to be able to say, I got everything out of it that I could get out of it. But I tell you, we got breaking news coming from pit road right now. Tonight's pole sitter for the dirt late models, Michael Henry, unfortunately has major motor trouble and will not make the main event tonight. So our pole sitter will not even get a chance to go out there and try and win this race tonight.
Man, he raced his way in last night, was gonna start on the pole. It's got to be heartbreak after doing everything right, getting yourself in position to have a shot at it tonight, and then to see it all go away. So tough break for Henry. You know, I talked to Joey Lamb a little bit today, pre-race, as well as some other drivers. Joey said that he missed the setup in qualifying just a little bit, got himself behind the 8 ball, but tonight he's got it ready to go and ready to see if he can put that 81 machine in victory lane.
Yeah, Joey Lamb, definitely this is his wheelhouse. The Pro Late Models is what he excels at, so it ought to be exciting to see how he does. But I tell you what, looks like practice is coming to a close. These drivers are about to get ready to get down and dirty for 35 laps.
Folks, you wanted it. Here it is. Tonight's late model feature going to kick off things as we get set to go racing. It's going to be 35 laps tonight to see where things are going to shake up. And here's a look at how it's going to roll. Of course, Michael Henry not going to be in attendance tonight in the 100 car. So that's going to put the outside front row still the same there. You're going to see the 77 car of Brett Rolls out of the Mid-South region. But, Robbie, that moves up one of the guys who may have been struggling a little bit on the UMP side of things. Definitely going to be making a stand here tonight in the modifieds. The 24 car out of the Plains region, Midwest Racing Development, Trevor Shakin' Baker.
Yeah, Trevor's going to be the benefactor of Michael Henry's problem, so he's going to move up to the front row, which means now, starting in the third position, another driver's going to be able to move up is the 97 of Blake Heather. Had a really fast car in heat races, but unfortunately the dash got stuck at the back. And starting at Blake's outside is going to be that 115, the Rocky Top Outlaw of Eric Tupper.
One row back from that, and that's where you're going to find the... Give me 1 second here before we get to... It's a little different not seeing a car, but you're going to see the 89 car, John Kennedy, the driver out of Illinois. He's going to start up in the 5th position, virtue of Henry not being here. To his outside will be the 68 car of Ronald Piles.
Yeah, starting 7th now will be the number 33 of Torrin Schertz. And to Torrin's outside is going to be the 81 of Joey Lamb.
One row back from that, that's where you're going to find Christopher Lewis in the 28 car, the driver out of Ohio. To his outside, Joseph Halsey in the 23 out of the Midwest region.
Yeah, starting 12th or starting. Next car is going to be the 71 of Corey and Baudet, and the Corey's outside starting 12th will be the number 5 of Shane Showtime Kelly.
One row back from that's where you're going to find the 900 car, or actually it'll be the 91 car of Kyle Ramsey. To his outside will be the 900 car of Kyle Brettfelder.
Starting 15th will be the 20 of Alex Bridger, and the outside of Alex Bridger is going to be Jeffrey Lanham and a host of other cars as we get ready to go green here.
Here we go. Trevor Baker going to bring him to life. Green flag in the air. Your late model A feature underway. It's going to be Baker to the bottom. Brett rolls to the high side. Here comes Blake Heather. A little bit of gap behind your top 3 coming out of 2.
Coming down the backstretch, the 89 of John Kennedy's in a 3-way battle. He gets a little contact, gets crossed up. It's going to fall back, but that's still going to leave Trevor Shakin' Baker out front with Blake Heather hot on his tail as they head off into turn 1.
Here comes Mr. Excitement, Joey Lamb. He's going to go to the bottom on Ronald Piles. It's almost 4 wide off of turn number 2 down the backstretch. Cars rocket to life here in lap number 2.
Brett Rolls has made his way to the inside of Blake Heather. He's all the way to the inside of our leader Trevor Baker as they come to the line side by side, heading off into 1.
Battle for the lead here early. 3 laps down. 33 to go. It's going to be Brett Rolls, your new leader out of turn 2. Here comes Eric Tupper. He's looking for a little pay dirt as well.
Trevor Baker's going to slide up high. That's going to force Blake Heather up into the wall. Heather's going to fall back. But right now, everyone is chasing Brett Rolls in that 77.
Heather's going to work the high side through 1 and 2. He's dropped back to about the 7th position from that 5th starting spot. Another driver on the move is going to be Shane Showtime Kelly through 3 and 4.
Showtime's working the bottom, but I tell you what, his teammate Trevor Baker, who started on the pole due to the failure, is starting to fall back as he's falling back to 4th and into the clutches of 71.
Corey B's going to make a move on Trevor Baker, who is falling. It's going to be another spot for Corey B as he's on the climb. Baker's going to lose one, and here comes Shane Kelly out of turn number 4.
Shane Kelly gets to the inside of Baker. They make slight contact. Baker goes back to the bottom, Shane to the high side, and here comes Ronald Piles all over the back of him as John Kennedy tries to stick his nose in the battle.
Shane Kelly's going to be up from the 12th position already to 5th. That Midwest Racing Development driver got it hooked up and headed the right direction. Although right now it's still everybody chasing Brett Rolls through 1 and 2.
Brett Rolls with a 2-3 car length lead on Eric Tupper, but right now the best battle is at the back. Not really a battle as Baker keeps falling as Ronald Piles makes his way around Baker.
Ronald Piles going to take full advantage of Trevor Baker so far. Maybe the handling a little off on the 24 car. We're going to have to see if it'll come to him. But right now, Baker in a lot of trouble through 1 and 2.
Drivers right now are all fighting for that bottom right next to the berm. Nobody's willing to go up to the high side just yet. And that's working a Rolls' advantage as everybody's basically playing follow the leader on the bottom side as they come out of 4.
Look at that. The berm cam almost gets taken right off in 3 and 4 as everybody's right along the inside berm. As you mentioned, Robbie, Brett Rolls, Eric Tupper, Torrin Shirts still remain your top 3.
Eric Tupper's making ground up on Rolls, but unless Tupper's willing to go to the outside, he's not going to be able to make much more ground than he already has. Right now, man, still on the move, be that 5 of Shane Kelly.
Shane Kelly looking for a little more down the back straightaways. He's going to have his sights set on another teammate, Torrin Shirts, and directly in front of him is going to be Corey B through 3 and 4.
Kelly works it off the off of turn number 4, heads down the front stretch, tries to make ground up on Corey B. Corey B's holding that bottom, so it's kind of hard for him to get around at the moment. But I tell you right now, the battle for the lead is heating up as Eric Tupper has caught up with Brett Rolls.
Eric Tupper going to take it top shelf through 3 and 4, see if anybody's up there. Not going to be the case, though, as he's going to slip back just a little bit. Now tries to reel in Brett Rolls through 1 and 2.
Brett Rolls uses Tupper's move to the high side to his advantage. This opens the gap back up to about 4 or 5 car lengths, and that's allowed Torrin Shirts to get back in this battle as they come off of 4, heading to the front stretch.
They're going to rock it down the front straightaway. Look at Torrin Shirts start to work those hands. Everybody playing the thin line around being fast and being up out of the groove tonight as they're going to work the berm once again through 3 and 4 and head back your way.
Shane Kelly's able to get to the inside of Corey B, muscled him out of the way. Corey B's going to lose the position to Shane Kelly, and right now he's under battle from Piles.
Ronald Piles going to work it under Corey B after the power move from Shane Kelly opens the door. Kelly through to 4th. Here comes Piles through to 5th.
Piles and Kelly moving up through the field slowly but surely. Now they've got their eyes set on the 33 of Torrin Shirts. Right now Piles is using Kelly as his battering ram, letting Kelly open the holes, and he's following.
Well, it's all Brett Rolls as it has been so far throughout the race through 3 and 4. Eric Tupper's been able to close the gap as he's going to make the run now. Hasn't been able to do anything with him yet, but we'll see what it's like in 1 and 2.
Rolls drifts up off the bottom a little bit. That's going to allow 115 to Tupper to get to his bottom. That stacked up Torrin Shirts. Torrin Shirts and Shane Kelly make slight contact, and Ronald Piles now has a run on Kelly as they go in 4.
Look at this single file freight train. Caution's going to fly, however. Looks like we've got a multi-car incident on the back straightaway. It's going to involve Jeffrey Lanham in the 72, and I believe Blake Heather in the 97.
Disappointing night for Blake Heather. Really thought he had a fast car tonight. Hadn't stacked up that way for him just yet.
Well, our replay crew's trying to go back, see if we can't find the incident. We saw 2 cars slow away from the scene. Not exactly sure what happened there. We'll join you back now with the live feed. Robbie, 18 laps to go. They've flown by so far, and it's going to be Brett Rolls out of Mid-South region who has led every one of them.
Yeah, Brett Rolls is doing a good job tonight holding that bottom. The bottom groove right now is dominant, but I expect as this run goes on, the top shelf's going to start coming in, and guys are going to start getting up there and hanging T-shirts, just hanging that right rear out on in the wind.
Well, and some notable mentions is going to be Shane Kelly, already up from the 12th starting spot to 4th, and Torrin Shirts, he's on the move as he's coming up from 9th to sit in the 3rd position right now.
Yeah, Torrin's made a definite charge through the field. Him, Kelly, and Piles have all charged up through the field. Torrin able to make up the ground a little bit faster than Kelly and Piles, but here lately, Kelly and Piles have been the 2 biggest movers.
Well, you see them work their way off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. We're going to go green next time. It'll be 16 laps to go. The man out front is Brett Rolls in that 77 car as he has led the way this entire race. We'll go live from the fuel cell cam. Robbie is look at the eyes of Eric Tupper. Green flag back in the air. We're back underway. It's going to be rolls down into turn number 1. Gaps the field by about 7/10 and growing out of turn number 2.
Yeah, rolls with a really good jump that time over Tupper. Tupper, though, also got a jump on Shirts as the top two have separated themselves from third on back. But I tell you, action is picking up around 7th, 8th position as you have Christopher Lewis, Joey Lamb, and Trevor Shaken Baker all battling it out.
Look at everybody as they run the bottom. You see Joey Lamb stalking Christopher Lewis through 1 and 2. They're going to rocket down the back straightaway back into 3.
Yeah, Joey Lamb sizing up Christopher Lewis on the exit of the turn. Chris gets a little bit sideways. Joey makes up a lot of ground. Joey to his inside as they go into 1.
Joey Lamb with a power move for the 6th position as he's going to take it away from Christopher Lewis down the back straightaway. Give one more to Mr. Excitement.
Yes, Joey Lamb's able to make it around. That's going to bring Trevor Baker with him. Christopher Lewis loses 2 spots in 1 corner. He's got to regroup and try and recharge as still Brett Rolls leads the field with a caution now flying on the track.
Caution flag's going to fly again. I'm going to be the 900 car, it looks like. That is Brett Fielder out of the Midwest region in the 900. Going to be slow through 1 and 2. Now gets it back going. Field's going to catch up behind the pace car. This is only the 2nd caution for 4 laps right now of the 24 ran. Will be 11 to go with the line when this time by.
Yeah, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty final 10 laps once we go back green. Should be exciting to see what happens as you see Torrance Church up on the top trying to shake the cobwebs out of that top groove.
Maybe the driver out of the Plains region trying to work it in, blow it off. Robbie, it's been deadlocked around the bottom right now, and it's going to be the bump and run or somebody who can get the high side going that I feel like is going to have a shot at this race.
Yeah, you're going to have to muscle your way through the driver in front of you, root him up off the bottom if you want to get by him on the bottom, or you're just going to have to be brave and hang out there on the high side and just basically throw a reverse slider on somebody.
We go from the gyro cam. You see Torrance Church there, the smooth criminal, cool in the cockpit. As he runs 3rd, we're going to see if he can do anything in the closing laps. Chevy lights on the Chevy Silverado pace truck should be going off this time, and we should be getting back to green.
Getting back underway here soon. But I tell you, if you watch Torrance up there and that tacky stuff, trying to get his tires cooled off just a tad, though. And also at the same time, kind of feeling out that up groove, see if it's got any kind of extra grip up there. As the entire field now moves up to the top to get ready for this restart.
Well, here we go. Brett Rolls is just 10 laps away. Going to be 9 at the line from capturing an A-feature victory here tonight. Eric Tupper, though, not interested in a champion send-off as he's going to be looking for a victory himself when we get going back green.
Don't count out the Rocky Top Outlaw or the smooth criminal Torrance Shirts. It's going to get exciting here in the end.
Here we go. The top 3 is going to come off of turn 4. Green flag back in the air. It's going to be Rolls the quickest on the loud pedal. He's away and into turn 1 by about 7/10 of a second. But here comes Tupper on the bottom.
Major contact in the back as the 5, the 68, the 81 all make huge contact, but they keep it straight going down the back stretch as we go 3 wide into turn 3.
3 wide. 3 wide. Here comes Mr. Excitement. Slider on Chris Lewis. Not going to pan out. Carnage on the front straightaway. We're going to go back, take a look at it as it was pure carnage out of turn number 4. Looked like Joey Lamb, Christopher Lewis going to get tangled fighting for the same bit of real estate there. We'll go live from the roof cam. There's the initial contact. From there, it's just a little bit of mayhem. Joey Lamb going to wind up backwards on the back straightaway. There's the 900 of Brett Fielder again. Caution flies for only the 3rd time. And you've got to think, Robbie, that the man out front right now, Brett Rolls, is loving what he's seeing.
Yeah, this is working to Rolls' advantage. But actually, Tupper is now being marked as rough race leader.
Not exactly sure. I wasn't sure if there was a pass for the lead. Then we'll go back, take a look at that as well. 1 second here. We're going to go back, take a look. He was indeed the leader. We looking to see what a miraculous pass for the lead. We're going to go back, put you in the action. This could be your move of the race. You're going to see rolls to the high side. Here comes Tupper. Behind him's when the caution's going to fly, and it was indeed Eric Tupper to the lead.
That could be the move of the race right there. That could win Eric Tupper this race.
Well, the Rocky Top Outlaw showing us why he was the sprint car champion tonight. Repeating success in the late models. However, I don't think Rolls is going to go away easy, Robbie.
No, Rolls will not go quietly into that dark night, as they say. I expect him to be up on the wheel, elbows up, going after Tupper here to try and get back what he feels is his.
You're looking from the roof cam of Rolls as they roll through 3 and 4. The Chevy Silverado pace truck fixing to make that hard left. We're going to get going. Tupper on the loud pedal. Green flag back in the air. It's 4 laps to go for the A main. Does it? Rolls have what it takes to get back around him. Right now, it's going to be Tupper glued to the bottom through 1 and 2.
Tupper on the bottom as they head down the back stretch with Rolls in high pursuit. Torn shirts a couple car lengths back. So it looks like we're going to have a 2-car battle for this win.
Shirts not able to do anything with it. It's going to be Tupper. Lead growing as they rocket down the front straightaway here at the Knoxville Raceway, Knoxville, Iowa. Laps winding down. It's 3 to go, and it's Eric Tupper out front.
Huge contact in the back of turn 2 that may bring out a caution. If it does, it's going to be the race.
Not as of yet. It looks like Blake Heather's going to get the 97 machine rolling. It's 2 laps to go here. 34 down, 2 to go. Who's going to bring home the checkered flag?
Orange Shirts has ventured to the top side. He's up on that top shelf trying to wheel the thing to the front. But is this a move too little, too late as he starts to lose ground on the leaders? But the leaders are coming up on the lap traffic.
Lap traffic. It's the 72 car of Lanham. He's going to give way to him. Tupper still to the bottom. Rolls challenging. It's 1 lap to go as we go into 3 and 4.
Down into 3, down into 4. Tupper holding that bottom. Rolls trying to figure it out. Rolls slips up just a little bit. He's going to lose 3 or 4 position or car lengths.
Checkered flag in the air. That's it. Rocky Top Outlaw Eric Tupper going to bring home the win tonight. Heartbreak for Brett Rolls. You got to think led the majority of the race to fall victim to a lead change right as the caution came out. That'll see him finish out in the 2nd position. Torn Shirts 3rd. Going to pick up 6 spots. The big story on the night still Shane Kelly up from 12th to finish in the top 5.
Yeah, great run for Shane Kelly from the back of the pack up towards the front. Got as high as 4th at one point. Fell back just a little bit.
Folks, what an exciting race you just saw. And if that got your heart going, we can't wait for a UMP feature coming up here as soon as we can get the top 3 interviews, get the late models closed out. I believe Robbie's now standing by with a Smooth Criminal Torrent Shirts out of the Plains region in the 33.
Orange Shirts, Robbie Butner, Backwoods Hat Productions. You got a copy, bud?
Yes, sir.
Well, brother, come up 2 spots short of where I'm pretty sure you wanted to finish, but solid run nonetheless here in the late models. Tell us about your race.
Yeah, starting 9th, I didn't know what I would have for him. I had that bottom running like I was telling my teammates. I said my car's going to be stuck there. I wasn't going to be scared to try the top, but it just wasn't there. So I was glued to the bottom and got past a few cars and wound up with the top 3, so I'll take it.
Heck yeah, brother. I saw there towards the end, the last 2 laps, looks like you tried to go to the top side, get it to work. Basically go where they're not, see if that'll help you out, but the top side just looked like it was not there for this heat, or this feature.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. I saw the gap behind me and knew that I had a pretty good advantage over 4th, so I was going to go ahead and try it for a couple laps. Then he started closing that gap, so snuck back down on the bottom and just finished strong. Tough break for Shane. He had a fast car. I think he got hit a little bit, a little dirty move. We were kind of discussing that, so he definitely probably had a top 3 car if he could get around me. If he would have started a little closer to the front, I think he had the fastest car all night.
Heck yeah, brother. I'll tell you, late model race down. We got a LCQ for the modifieds coming up. But looking forward, you're starting P2 tonight in the modified race. Had a strong car last night. What's it look like for tonight?
Yeah, adding those extra 15 laps is going to mean, or it's going to be all the difference there. Making sure you make the right changes going into tonight. I don't know. Not having a caution last night, I really don't know how my car fared out, to the others, other than Kyle. So kind of iffy. I don't want to make too many changes, but I also don't want to sit dormant and let them walk all over me either.
I hear you, brother. Well, best of luck coming up in the Mod Harris class. But as always, man, before I let you go, who you want to give that shout out to tonight?
My entire team, Midwest Racing Development. You also saw Trevor have some bad luck, starting on the pole and finishing 12th. His car just fell off a little too quick there. Shane, he's just an awesome competitor, and you're about to see Derek try to make it in the last chance qualifier for the modifieds. So hopefully we can get the whole team in there and maybe sneak a top fives in there, or get the whole team in the top 10. That'd be a good accomplishment.
Sounds good, brother. Well, best of luck to you as we get ready to fire off the mod qualifying here in a minute, or B main qualifying here in a minute. But good race again tonight. We look forward to seeing you in the feature.
Absolutely, and fans, stay tuned for that last chance qualifier. I bet it's going to get crazy.
All the pride, everything's at line.
Absolutely.
Once again, that was your third place finisher tonight, the Smooth Criminal Touring Shirts. Come up just 2 places shy, but definitely a great run up from the 9th starting position. I believe Robbie is now standing by with probably the guy who's had the heartbreak of the night. 2nd place finisher, Brett Rolls.
Brett Rolls come in here tonight, ran one heck of a race. Restart, got past, unfortunately, comes home 2nd. Got to be a tough pill to swallow, but Brett Rolls, man, what a car you had tonight.
Yeah, it definitely is a tough pill to swallow, especially I was telling the guys, Eric was definitely catching me on the bottom. He was coming with full head of steam. So I went up to the top side to see if there was anything up there. Figured, everybody down on the bottom, it would have opened up the top side a little bit. But obviously that wasn't the case. And yeah, put me in 2nd.
Man, I tell you, nothing really too much to hang your head about, man. Definitely had a fast car tonight. I tell you, it's just to see somebody go out there and lead that many laps, have that good of a car. But like you said, eventually somebody had to venture up there. You ventured up there. And for some reason tonight, that top side just would not come in.
Yeah, no, the top side, that was tricky. I was expecting it to come in, especially late in the race there. But surprisingly, it was a 1-lane groove on the bottom. Definitely threw me through a loop there. I mean, I set up for the bottom, but when everybody's down there, it kind of makes it hard, especially when you give a position up like I did.
Heck yeah, brother. Well, best of luck to you tonight in the modified race. You will be in that one tonight too, won't you?
Yes, sir. I start 10th.
Starting 10th, that means you got 9 people in your way to get that victory tonight. So what's it looking like for your chances to get up there and pass those 9 guys?
Well, I mean, hopefully we can stay clean and stay green and get to the front. I mean, we got, like I said in every interview, we got a heck of a bunch of guys running here. We had a fast car night number 1, but I forgot to save the setup for the heat and feature track, or the heat and dash track. So I went into night 2 with basically, swimming for knowledge as to what the track was going to do. Ended up, finishing 5th last night. So basically, it's just rolling the dice, try to get as many positions as I can when the track opens up, and try to come home with the win.
Heck yeah, brother. Best of luck to you tonight. As always, if we let you go, man, who you want to give that huge shout out to tonight?
All the guys over at Har Motorsports, for all the setup and help that they do, just running laps with somebody, just to get better and faster for each race. My girlfriend for letting me come over to Tuppers and race every week, and just the guys at Ram for putting this on and putting on the events that they do, and you guys for putting on an amazing broadcast.
Hey man, no problem. I do have one quick question though before I let you go.
All right, not a problem.
How hard is it when Tupper passes you and you guys are in the same room for you not to reach over there and just yank his wheel?
Well, it's a lot easier. I mean, Tupper's quite a large man, and he's sent me flying before just out of fun, and there's multiple stories about that. But yeah, definitely won't be touching his $2,500 computer. Nope. you guys couldn't take me off.
Well, best of luck to you tonight in the Harris Clash, brother. We look forward to seeing you again. Heartbreak, but heck of a run tonight.
Oh yeah, definitely some heartbreak, but couldn't lose it to a better person.
Heck yeah, brother.
Well, that's going to be your second place finisher tonight, Brett Rolls. As he led most of the race, couldn't close out the deal. But I believe Robbie's going to be standing down. You heard a disappointed Brett Rolls. I believe Robbie's going to be on the other end of the spectrum with a driver who's got to be ecstatic. That's going to be the Rocky Top Outlaw, Eric Tupper.
Yeah, down here with the man himself, the Rocky Top Outlaw, Eric Tupper. Eric Tupper gets by Brett Rolls on a late restart, holds him off for the rest of the race to win it. Eric Tupper, tell us about your night.
Oh man, I was expecting a totally different track. Late in the practice there, I found something on the bottom that I liked, and noticed the track was very similar to practice. So, like, man, I hope that line's there. I'm gonna run that, and it was there, and I was able to get up to second pretty quick on that initial start. I got some good breaks there, and tucked in behind Brett, and I started working on him. He was holding his line real good, and got a couple cautions, and oh, what a race!
Heck yeah, brother. I tell you, we talked last night. We talked about the fact that, you know, it's hard sometimes to lag back and finish second so you can get a better finish. And, you know, you got a friend and a teammate in front of you who's driving his butt off all night. But at the end of the day, you're here to win this thing just as much as anybody. It's got to feel good to get the win, but at the same time, a little sad for the teammate who drove his butt off tonight.
It's definitely bittersweet. Brett's a good driver. He's also a real good friend of mine. So we do yell and scream at each other sometimes. I do love the kid, and yeah, he's a good driver. He's a good competitor. I love racing against him. Love it.
Yeah, we're talking to him, joking around with him. I asked him how hard it was to sit in the same room with you, have you pass him, and not reach over there and just yank your wheel one good time so you can get back around you. He said, you're too big of a boy for him to be grabbing hold of your steering wheel.
Yeah, he's quite a bit smaller than me. I'm a big guy. I'm 6 foot, 320 pounds. So I definitely got the weight advantage on him. But got a lot bigger than he was when we first met. And I met on the racetrack. Actually, we battled in a mini stock class up in New York, and we ran door handle to door handle for 11 to 12 laps, and we had a blast. How we met.
Heck yeah, man. Nothing better than that. Get that man a cheeseburger, tell him to put a little bit of weight on, and then have a little bit more competition. That way, when pass him, he can try and get mad. But I got a little friend too, so I understand how it is. I'm a big fella like you. I'm 6'3", 340, so I get you. I get you on the bigger side there. But heck of a race, man. Looking forward to the mod race tonight for the Harris Clash.
Oh yeah, got a little bit of practice in beforehand, turn some laps. Hopefully we can be competitive and see you guys again at Victory Lane. Who knows?
That'd be awesome to see, man. As always, before I let you go, who's that big shout out for tonight?
I got to thank my buddy Aaron for a few tips on setup. He's a hell of a guy.
Heck yeah, brother. Well, best of luck to you in the upcoming Harris Clash. Sit back like the rest of us, tune in to Backwards Hat TV, and watch the LCQ as it's going to get down and dirty here in a little bit.
Well, that was the Rocky Top Outlaw, Eric Tupper, picking up yet another win, going to add another accolade to the already very well accomplished career. Got to think that Sim Harris Clash trophy is going to sit right next to the championship trophy that he just received, Robbie.
Oh yeah, most definitely. It's going to sit there. It's going to be ready for him to check it out. But we're going to get ready here. We're about to go qualifying for the LCQ here in a minute. These fans are in for some, because I think this right here is going to be probably the most action-packed race you're going to see all night long, as these guys battle it out to be able to make it into the actual clash tonight.
Yes, sir. The modified's we're gonna roll the late models back into the trailer. It's time to go modified racing as practice underway. Gonna get last chance qualifier action coming up here momentarily. And Robbie, I believe all the drivers, including yourself, have deemed it right. What an action-packed race I feel like we're probably in for.
Yeah, you're gonna see guys do some stuff in this race that they're not normally known for. You're gonna have some big name drivers in this field that are on the outside looking in, and they don't want to be on the outside watching the feature. They're gonna want to go after it. So you're gonna see some real aggressive driving, in my opinion, in this one. We're gonna see sliders and crossovers. Oh my, it's gonna be crazy. They're gonna be hanging them out, leaving them out there, selling T-shirts off the back of them. They're gonna have them hanged out so far.
Well, I know everybody's excited to go here as modified action practice getting cars out on the track as we're fixing to go back live here. We've got to do, once again, just a few changeovers to be able to capture all the action with the modifieds. But folks, don't go anywhere. Night just getting underway. Late models have been pushed into the trailers and modifieds rolled out as they're going to get their shot to see who is going to claim the last few spots here in the last chance qualifier. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. It's the UMPs taking a little practice laps. Kyle Vohringer, last night's big story, on top of the board here in practice, as well as about 16 other drivers who have taken time. Robbie, if you had to pick a big lock-in from last night, who do you think you going to put your money on?
For the overall Harris class, or just for this?
Just for your last chance qualifier, who's going to lock in?
Trying to see here because there's so many guys that are out here practicing that are already locked in. Tell you what,
I tell you what, I'm gonna get an interview in real quick because I feel like it's gonna be one that everybody would want to hear. Let's see, where's he at? Trevor Baker, this is Bradley Wilson, the Backwards Hat Booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Bradley.
Well, man, I wanted to talk to you just for a second, as I know Heartbreak, you're going to start up front in the late model feature. Had a lot vested in it, missed the setup maybe just a hair, fell back. I wanted to get an interview with you, though, real quick to see, you know, what it's like as a driver knowing that you've got to put that one behind you and get ready to go UMP racing here.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You know, I missed the setup. I missed the groove. I got shuffled to the outside. They just freight trained underneath me. You just gotta, you know, that didn't even happen. I'm focused on the modifieds now, and we're just moving forward.
Well, man, we wanted to get a word with you. Like I said, Heartbreak. I knew that you thought you had that 24 car dialed in after last night's run, and we're setting catbird seat. But you know, wanted to get a word with you and just see what the thoughts were coming into the UMP action. I do thank you for taking a few minutes out to speak with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me up here. I got a lot of help from Shane and Torn in this modified, and I'll just see if I can't drive it, at least keep her off the wall, out of trouble, and make something out of this out of the night.
Heck yeah, man. Well, good luck tonight, as we know you'll be starting deep in the field. Keep it out of trouble, and you never know, with a little luck, maybe we'll be talking to you from Victory Lane in the UMP side of things.
That would be that'd be a miracle right there. So thanks a lot, guys.
Well, Robbie, that was a heartbroken Trevor Baker, to say the least. But, you know, like he said, you got to put it behind you as UMP action ramping up now.
Yeah, right now, Alex Bridger out on the track. First qualifier for the night's last chance qualifier as he takes the green flag. But yeah, Trevor Baker's got to be able to shake it loose, like his nickname is, Shaking Baker. Take it loose, Baker, and let's get it done in the modifieds.
Well, here we go. You see Bridger out there right now in the 20 car. He's being joined out there by Joseph Halsey in the 23.
Bridger right now is going to go to the top with the 21.5. Halsey is going to come to the line. Just not taking the green flag.
Halsey's going to take the green flag. Meanwhile, Bridger's going to see if he can improve on that first lap. Little wide out of turn number 4. Almost contact with the wall. Won't improve, and here we go. We're going to see what Joseph Halsey can do. His time at the line right now. You're seeing the action from what I deem the Robbie and Bradley cam high up here above the grandstands, right at the announcer's booth. Looks like it was going to be no time for Halsey yet again. We're going to see if maybe he can post one here. However, he's also going to go to the top of the board. That is quick time of the 21.207. As Kyle Bretfelder now going to knock him off the top of the board with a 20.858. That is quick time. He's being joined out there by the 72 car of Jeffrey Lanham.
Yeah, Bretfelder put a heck of a lap down at his 20.856, trying to improve on it as he comes off a 4 to the stripe. And he does to a 20.670.
Well,
coming off a 4 now is going to be the 72.
Lanham's going to see if he can put it on top of the board. Won't. He'll go to second with a 20.907. One of the guys out there right now, Robbie's got to be one of the favorites to make it into the show tonight. That's the 68 car of Ronald Piles out of West Virginia.
Yeah, Ronald Piles comes off of turn number 4, hangs it out down lower than the other drivers have. See what he does as he crosses the line. Piles to the top of the board with a 20.248, knocking Jeffrey Lanham off.
Look who showed up for the last chance qualifier. It's the 86 car, Robbie, out of the Midwest region of Derek Fedkenauer. He's going to put in his lap, see if he can go to the top of the board. Meanwhile, Powell's going to come off of turn number 4. We'll see if he improves. Does improve. It's going to be a 20.235.
3.5 for him as Fedkenauer crosses the stripe. Fedkenauer is going to go to second with a 20.30 flat. Let's see what he can do here on his second lap.
Out there with Derek Fedkenauer's Nate Anderson, the Midwest region driver in the 21 car, as he'll be looking to improve. And coming out as well is the boss man, Kyle Ramsey, in the 91.
No improvement from Fedkenauer, so he's going to stay P2. Here comes Nate Anderson off of 4 to the stripe. He's going to go to P2 at a 20.287.
Here comes Kyle Ramsey in the Jegs machine. It's been a rough 3 days for Ramsey. We're going to see if he can turn it around here. He's going to work it through 1 and 2 down the backstretch. Gets it a little out of shape. Going to have to pedal it to gather it back up. Wicked handling race car for the Ohio native, Robbie.
Yeah, car's definitely not how he likes it. Basically, lap 1's going to be a throwaway. He's going to have to try and get it all here on lap number 2 as he clocks in at a 22.454. Kyle all the way up to almost the wall as he gets in the middle of 1 and 2 and heads down the backstretch.
Nate Anderson's going to pull it to the pits in the 21 car after timing in second. Here comes Ramsey out of turn number 4. We'll see if we've got a little bit of improvement. Oh, going to get the wall. Tough.
You had it out there.
Tough break for the Ohio native. He was leaving nothing out there, that's for sure. Believe that's going to be your last chance qualifying driver. And it's going to be Ronald Piles to start the last chance qualifier from the pole. I tell you what, Robbie, why don't you get a talk with the man from West Virginia and see how he's feeling about it tonight?
Ronald Piles, Robbie Buckner, Backwards Hat Production. You got a copy, bud?
Yes, sir, I do. Sorry, I had to turn the broadcast down because, of course, I'm out here racing and I got it on the hauler, so I'm not sure audio to feedback.
Heck yeah, brother. Man, we're doing good. Come out here tonight. Last chance qualifier. You're going to start from the pole, it looks like. Think you can win this thing and make your way into the clash?
It's going to be a challenge. I'm still having issues. Car seems like it's tick tight on entry. During practice, it just seemed like I was all over from the middle of the high side trying to get in. Hoping I overcome some issues. The mods have been an issue with me since day 1 here. This is day 3 now. Day 1, of course, with the issue with the files and stuff, trying to get everything in the computer right to get around the track, and then missing that starting 2 laps down to hopefully battle back tonight. Last night in the heat race and the qualifier there, ended up starting up higher, changed gears, ran out of fuel. Ended up getting a couple guys getting on the wall, so we're hopefully going to battle back tonight and make it into the A main and see if we can. From where I'm starting at, I'm looking at hopefully maybe a top 10 tonight. That's a goal.
Well, heck yeah, brother. Well, best of luck to you in the upcoming LCQ here. You got 10 laps to get it done, brother. And you know me, I love that paint scheme, so give me something to root for.
Oh yeah, I agree.
All right, brother. Anybody you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Racing High Flag, my hard teammates with the late model race we just come out of, getting them modified. I think I'm up to another top 5 for all 3 of the hard teammates tonight in the mods, and all my sponsors that are on the car that I actually have in real life, and pretty much Hard Motorsports and Backwards Hat Productions and Rams Sim Racing Series for putting this on for us.
Heck yeah, brother. Best of luck. Get it done. Got 10 laps. Starting from the pole, Ronald Piles.
Let's go.
Well, folks, here we go. It's all come down to this. Like I said, Robbie, there's going to be some drivers who are going to live on to chase Clash glory, and there's going to be others who their 3-day stint in here at Knoxville Raceway in Knoxville, Iowa is going to end.
Yeah, somebody's going to be loading their hauler up a lot sooner than they planned on when they rolled in here on Tuesday night. But for some driver tonight, they're going to be the last one to load the hauler, and they're going to say this entire trip was worth every bit of struggle that they went through.
Robbie, an interesting note is going to be that I believe the track state's going to carry over from the, if I read the social media post right, the track state's going to carry over from every bit of action you're going to see here. So it's just going to get dry slick, more dry slick as the night goes on. However, you've waited long enough. Here we go. We're going to call out the lineup. It's Ronald Piles, the West Virginia native in the 68 car, going to qualify on the pole for the LCQ. To his outside will be Midwest Region's Nate Anderson.
Be Fedkenauer and Lanham behind him, but I believe we're getting ready for the green flag here.
Here we go. Piles going to lead him down. Green flag in the air. It's going to be Ronald Piles out to the early jump. Here comes Nate Anderson to fight back on the bottom, but Fedkenauer is going to take advantage of him.
Derek Fedkenauer from 3rd position is going to get around Nate Anderson to 2nd. Piles and Fetkenauer are going to take off into 3 and 4 and gap the field.
Everybody's trying to scramble, trying to find a little bit of something to make it into the show. Right now, it's Ronald Piles, Derek Fetkenauer 1-2.
Fetkenauer now is trying to set his sights on Pile, but Nate's got his stuff headed in the right direction. He starts to chase Fetkenauer back down as they head off into 3 and 4.
Side by side, Modifieds rocket down the front straightaway. It's Nate Anderson. Fetkenauer is going to get the wall a little bit, opens up the door. Here comes Lanham in the 900 car of Brett Fielder closing in.
Fetkenauer gets crossed up in the middle, 1 and 2. That allows Nate to the inside that makes slight contact going in the corner. 72 is going to get in the back of 21, 72 up the track.
Lanham took a shot there, couldn't make it pay off. Brett Fielder's going to go up into the 4th position. It's still Piles, Fetkenauer, and Anderson, 1, 2, 3.
Piles has stretched his lead out over Fetkenauer by a good country mile as Fetkenauer gathers it back up and tries to run away from Anderson. Anderson right now has Lanham all over his tail as he tries to hold on to that 3rd position.
Go on board with race leader. Look at him run right around the inside berm. Rockets down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Does anybody have anything to catch him? Right now, I think it's going to be the West Virginia native winning the last chance qualifier.
Right now, Ronald Piles is singing Country Roads, Take Me Home as he makes his way around the track, going through 1 and 2, and headed down the backstretch.
Fetkenauer's been able to open up a little bit of a gap on Anderson. However, Anderson's got his hands full with Lanham as they go through turns 3 and 4.
Lanham goes to the top side. Anderson on the bottom. They're going to battle out of 3 and 4. Anderson's going to hold the advantage. Lanham loses ground as they come off the corner and head back into 1 and 2.
Well, it's all Ronald Piles. He's opened up just about a straightaway lead. Laps winding down here. There were 10 of them to start. There's only a handful left, and it's West Virginia's Ronald Piles leading the way.
Ronald Piles in solid control of the field. Right now, the biggest battle still for 3rd is Nate Anderson and Lanham battle back and forth as they head off into 1 and 2. Piles just on an easy Thursday night drive.
Brett Fielder holds on to the 5th spot. You've got to think he's racking his brain right now trying to find anything in that 900 car to advance yet another position into the top 4. Meanwhile, Joseph Halsey works his way through 3 and 4, sitting in about the 6th position.
Halsey's sitting there in the back. He's hoping that somebody makes a mistake and he's able to get around. Right now, his only hope is at the 21 and 72. Make contact 72, throws the slider into 3 and 4.
One guy who's not made a mistake since the green flag drop is West Virginia's Ronald Piles. He's now gapped it out to about 15 car lengths on Derek Fetkenauer down the back straightaway.
Piles said he thought he had a tight car. There was a little tick tight on entry, and he was worried about this 10-lap shootout. But Piles right now has about a 10-lap lead over these guys as he stretches it out to a straightaway and a half lead over the field.
Lanham's going to throw another slider through 3 and 4 on Nate Anderson as the laps have wound down, and that's going to do it. West Virginia's Ronald Piles going to lock himself in through the last chance qualifier. Nate Anderson, Derek Fetkenauer, Jeffrey Lanham all in.
Yeah, those guys are going to advance to the Harris Clash tonight, but these guys right here, the 900 of Kyle Brett Fielder, the 91 of Kyle Ramsey, the Joseph Halsey in the 23, and Alex Bridger in the 20 are all going to be loading their modifieds up to take them back to the house.
What a race we just saw, the last chance qualifier. It got a little more spread out than I expected it to, Robbie. However, Ronald Piles on a mission, fighting pay dirt here, and going to cash his ticket into the Clash.
Yeah, Ronald Piles done an amazing job there. Just walked the dog on the field in this 10-lap shootout. Definitely left no doubt that he deserves to be in the Clash.
Well, I tell you what, Robbie, we talked to him beforehand. Why don't we get another word with him now that he has securely locked his spot into the Harris Clash?
Ronald Piles, Robbie Buckner, got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Well, man,
Lock back up here. We gotta stop meeting like this.
I tell you, man. You were a little concerned going into this 10-lap heat race, man. But when it was all said and done, man, you beat him by like half a track.
Yeah, I definitely didn't expect that, especially with the qualifying times we posted. I thought that I'd messed up. When we went back in, when I had the guys go ahead and drop the air pressures back down to where they were, pressure and the heat buildup. Went ahead and topped this thing off with another like 6 or 7 gallons of fuel compared to what I ran in the heat there, and just went out there and threw what we had at, made a quick gear change, and came off pretty good for us. So let's see what the track does here for the feature, and just see what we can do. I mean, I didn't think I had that big of a lead, but come down to it, we come back and I spun around to see where everybody was. It took them a second to get there for them to pull the results, and I was starting to worry if I was going to be late at the scales when we had a few.
I tell you, brother. Yeah, you must have just took the rear view mirror and thrown it out at the start of the race, man, because if you'd have looked in your mirror, you'd have thought it was broken as far out ahead of the field as you are. You had to be singing some John Denver Country Road, Take Me Home as you went around the track tonight, because you were gone.
See, I had this car painted by Colby's Eye Paints. I sent him the logos and stuff. I always kind of joke around back home with the guy that does the body work for my Charger back home. It's Ace High Body shop there. But I always kind of joke around, telling them the Kingwood Rocket, kind of mimic the Josh Richards Kid Rocket deal, because he's only about 45 minutes from where I live at, where their shop is. So I kind of toss that around every once in a while, just kidding and stuff. But I'm gonna have to put that on the car from now on.
man, I tell you, you were a rocket in this LCQ. Definitely proved your point. Definitely proved that you belong, that you will have a fast car for tonight. And Kingwood Rocket might have to start sticking.
We'll see what happens. Hopefully, I'm at least, my minimum goal is a top 10 in the feature.
Heck yeah, brother. Well, best of luck to you. And got a 24 car field. You're going to start 17th, I believe. So
sounds about right.
Get about 7, 8 of them. Finish solidly inside that top 10. And if you can, pick up another 7 or 8 and see if you can put that thing in victory lane tonight.
Well, there's going to be a lot of give and take on this, especially if anything like the late model race. So I'm going to see what I can do with it. And I'm in on the top 10, and anything else is extra on top of, the icing on top of the cake, as they like to say.
Well, heck yeah, brother. Well, best of luck to you in the upcoming race.
Thanks, sir. You guys have a good night.
Too.
Well, Robbie, that's got to be one ecstatic Ronald Piles who's going to solidify his spot into the Harris Clash. Not only just, racing his way into the last chance, barely making it, he walked the dog on the last chance qualifier field and solidified his spot in belonging.
Yeah, the man not only walked the dog, he took it around the arena, showed it off to everybody, wanted everybody to judge it. So definitely the class of the field in the LCQ, and just talked to race control. Actually, the top 8 finishers are locked into the Harris class. It's going to be a 24 car field.
Heck yeah, man. Well, as we get set to go practice, going to continue on. Should be a good one here.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting race. Lap times are being put down right now by these guys out here right now. Kyle Vollringer has gone to the top of the board at a 20.058. He's starting in 4th position tonight. He's up there at the front where he can sniff the lead, but Torrance Church right there with him at a 21.51. So the 2nd and 4th place cars definitely look like they have some fast cars for tonight.
Action's going to be fast and fierce as we get set to go with the 2nd annual Sim Harris Clash, presented by the Ram Series, live from the Knoxville Raceway, Knoxville, Iowa. Folks, we hope you've enjoyed all of the action so far. Hey, drop us a line if you're out there watching. Let us know where you're tuning in from, how you're enjoying all the action as you spend your Thursday night with us right here. We always like to hear from the Backwards Hat Nation.
Always, Backwards Hat Nation fans are some of the best fans in iRacing. Guys, right now, looking out in the chat, got Cody McKnight out there saying, "Give them hell, Team Hard." The 78 and the 115.
Heck yeah, practice going to continue on. There's a look at Trevor Shakenbaker out of the Plains region. Midwest Racing Development in his 24 car. Want to mention one of the big sponsors tonight going to be for this. You see the logo there, the Sim Harris Clash, Knoxville, Iowa. It's the 2nd annual. And we want to bring up one of the big sponsors, Midwest Racing Development. Trevor Baker and the crew jump on board and put a little bit of backing behind this event, Robbie. So definitely want to give a shout out to them.
Most definitely. And how about that new updated logo by Midwest Racing? That thing looks mean, like it'll jump out and get you.
Yeah, it does. I was just thinking that when it got sent over to me, that, man, what a retooled logo. It's definitely a great looking one. Hey, speaking of some logos and some guys that need some shout outs, we want to thank our sponsors here at Backwards Hat Production, the guys who have allowed us to cover the last 3 nights of racing. NASCAR Diecast fans, you can check them out on Facebook and Twitter, as they're always the first out with your up-to-date promo codes, release dates, everything in the diecast world. They work closely with Plan B Sales, and I was just by there once again today. What an extensive dirt selection they've got for all the dirt track fans as well. So maybe if you got a birthday coming up for Dad, or maybe one of the kids, definitely check them out. It's got something for every diecast fan in the household. Ram Designs, Kyle Ramsey and the crew putting out some of the slickest stuff, both asphalt and dirt. Robbie, it's a great privilege when we get to work closely with some of these sponsors, as you did. And Kyle Ramsey, turns out the old Dick Trickle throwback, something you're going to run in the Grand National Series over on the NMNTS side of things.
Oh yeah, most definitely. It's always nice to be able to, for the people that us, Kyle Ramsey and the crew, Rams Design, were able to hook me up with a really nice replica of Dick Trickle's old ASA Silver Bullet car. Get a chance, go check it out over on his page. Guy Racing, definitely a slick ride. Posted on the Backwards Hat page.
Thompson Seed and Garden out of Muskogee, Oklahoma. They're our Oklahoma partner. As summertime begins to wind down, never too late to spruce up those flower beds, give that yard a fresh look. Let our friends at Thompson Seed and Garden help you do that if you're in the Muskogee area. Also, 5 Star Drafting Incorporated, our Florida partner. Our plans outrank theirs, and they mean it. They're always uploading great quality content to Facebook. So if you're in the Florida area and maybe looking for that forever home, or plans drafted up on that new business, look no further than 5 Star Drafting Incorporated. Robbie, I believe we're going to get set to go. I'm looking to see. I believe we're going to have a server changeover.
A quick little short server change. We'll be right back with the action. Don't go anywhere. As soon as we get back, the action for the Harris Clash will take place.
Well, folks, we're back. As you saw it start to the server changeover start to take effect. Robbie, we're back. It's the big daddy, the granddaddy of them all, the one these drivers have been working for 3 days. It's the UMP side of things in the second annual Sim Harris Clash presented by the Ram Series.
All your hopes, all your dreams are going to hinge on the next 45 lap feature. You've worked hard all week to get to this point. Now you're here. Question is, can you take advantage of your opportunity in car in Victor Lane? Or are you going to take home a wrecked car?
Fans, make a little noise for who you're pulling for tonight. These drivers are well known to frequent the chat, watch the broadcast. Drop a line out there. Let us know who you're cheering for, who you think is going to be your second annual Sim Harris Clash winner. Right now, it's Blake Brown on top of the practice board in that 74 car you see there on your screen, the driver out of the Midwest region.
Yeah, Blake Brown put on a heck of a lap so far in practice of basically a 20 flat. Orange Shirts is next quickest at a 20.03. Kyle Volleringer's right there with him at a 20.03, and Eric Tupper at a 20.03. Top four putting out some fast lap, but Blake Brown is definitely a little bit faster.
Well, there you see it, folks. You're on board Trevor Baker as well as a host of other cars as they rocket around the Knoxville Raceway here, Knoxville, Iowa. We're going to pan out real quick, give you a look at this beautiful facility. Robbie, lights are on. No better place to be on a Thursday night than right here with Backwards Hat Productions as we cover the second annual Sim Harris Clash.
Yeah, you can't think of a more historic racetrack to be at on a Thursday night than right here in Knoxville. Sprint Car Hall of Fame out of turn number 2, and the marquee white fence all the way around this track. If you think white fence, you think Knoxville.
You know what else you think, and Robbie, we've talked about it before, a little history of this place for you folks. Back when this opened up right around the 1900s, it was a horse track here in Knoxville, Iowa. They've since then traded in the horses for some horsepower, and tonight it's the UMP Modified's going to take to it.
Yeah, I don't think they ever knew that they'd have this much horsepower at a place at one time. Modifieds are packing around 450, 500 horsepower, and they are definitely wound up and ready to go tonight.
Well, Robbie, you're seeing practice, and I believe we're fixing to see quite a different show than we saw in the late models, as right now you've got the cushion built up, you've got the berm around the bottom, and everybody's
tapping that right rear against the wall as they go through this corner, as the cushion is pretty much moved all the way up to the wall already.
John Kennedy was one of the drivers that ran it up the highest on the racetrack last night. You see him there in the 89 car out of Illinois as he went up, tapped the wall there in turn number 3. Look at Torrin Shirts throw it through 3 and 4. Everybody going to try to see what they've got as feature racing going to be in store.
Yeah, I had a conversation with John Kennedy earlier. He told me, look out as we get ready to race tonight because I'm going to be selling T-shirts. I'm going to hang it out way out on the outside tonight.
Well, from selling T-shirts to who's going to bring the White Castles, as you know you're going to see your share of sliders tonight. 2 minutes in accounting as we get set to go. We're going to release 24 UMP Modifieds around this half-mile mother place of speed.
For the best that the Rams has to offer, 24 of the best in the iRacing series. Be an action-packed race from start to finish as we down ready to the starting grid.
Well, we're going to go high up again right here where Robbie and I are for all the action. Give you a little overview of what's to come. There you see it, Ronald Piles put on a dominating performance in the last chance qualifier. Currently sitting right up around the... Looking to see where he's at on the qualifying boards. He's going to be 9th quickest, so he's inside the top 10 right now of times that have been turned inside of practice.
Inside the top 10. He said his goal tonight is to get a top 10, so he definitely has top 10 speed. Interesting to see how it goes. But I tell you one thing that a driver talked about earlier. We had a conversation with Torrin Shirts after the late model race. 10 extra laps tonight versus what they ran in features. 10 extra laps can make a big difference when it comes down to the end of the race.
Well, you know, Robbie, these drivers have kind of had a chance to see it from all different angles. As last night, the qualifying race to set the outside row. Went green, white, checkered, no cautions. You've got to think that maybe giving some drivers that were in that race a better look at what could happen, and maybe, you know, a slight advantage.
Yeah, it definitely has a chance for guys last night that were able to run all 35 laps from flag to flag with no cautions. Kind of were able to see the track transform as it went along. So, at the same time, guys from Tuesday night that made it in, they had a couple cautions. They kind of know what to expect when the track doesn't rubber up as fast. It'll be interesting to see what happens here over 45 laps. The guys from Tuesday make major changes, setups, expecting long runs. Guys from last night changed theirs, expecting a lot of short runs.
Well, folks, the countdown is over. The wait is over. It's A feature time. If you're here watching, we welcome you. If you know somebody out there who's not here, send them a message, send them the link, get them here, because you're fixing to see the UMP Modifieds take to the Knoxville Raceway and what promises to be one heck of a showdown.
Best races you'll see all year as the Sim Harris class gets ready to get underway, as Bradley will begin our starting lineup.
Here we go, starting from the front row. He's been nothing but dominant in the previous prelim nights. Out of the Northwest region, that's the 53 car of Cody Olson. To his outside, he opted out, found pay dirt last night in the qualifying prelim. That's the 33 car, the Smooth Criminal of Torrin Shirts.
Side row number 2 is that 74 Blake Brown. And the Blake's outside will be the second place finisher from last night, Kyle Vohringer.
One row back from that's where you're going to find the 115 car, the Rocky Top Outlaw out of Tennessee, Eric Tupper. To his outside, the driver out of Illinois, John Kennedy.
Back you're going to have Corey B in the 71 and Shane Showtime Kelly in the 5.
One row back from that's where you're going to find the man who put on a dominating performance, come up just a little bit short in the late model side of things earlier, the 77 car of Brett Rolls. To his outside, you're going to have the 28 car, the Ohio native of Christopher Lewis.
Starting 11th, a little further back than he thought he'd start, to be the 26 of Brad Dawson. And Brad's outside is going to be Tyler Gray in the 66.
One row back from that's a man who has came on strong since making his appearance with the Ram Series, the driver of the 47 car. That's Thomas Carberry out of New Jersey. To his outside, you're going to have the 97 car, Joey Lamb Racing's Blake Heather out of the Midwest region.
Next row back on the inside is going to be that 24 Trevor Shaken Baker, seeing if he can take off what happened to him in the late model race. And his outside, the man that dominated the LCQ, Ronald Piles.
Derek Fedkin now are going to join the party out of the Midwest region in the 86, Jeffrey Lanham, as well as a host of other cars, folks. You see the fireworks in the air. We're getting set to go UMP racing in the second annual Sim Harris Clash. Chevy Silverado's going to make that hard left. It's going to be Olson brings the field to life. Green flag in the air as 22 modified storm into turn number 1. It'll be Olson running the berm on the bottom. Here comes the 74 of Blake Brown.
Blake Brown digs the bottom on Torrin Shirts. He's going to be able to clear him as he get down to 3 and 4, but Torrin's going to send it in. Slight contact. They were able to save it. Kennedy on the outside trying to work his way around.
Look at John Kennedy. If everybody's going to go left, he has no problem going right. He's going to work top shelf through 3 and 4. Throws it off in there, just praying it's going to stick and hold down the 5th spot.
Kennedy running the reverse diamond through the corners. He slings it up to the very top of the track in the middle and then arcs it off towards the bottom as they come off. But right now the battle is on for 3rd place between Torrin Shirts.
Look at this gaggle of cars back here around 6th, 7th, 8th position. You've got Showtime, Shane Kelly, Corey B, the Rocky Top Outlaw, making the outside work. And here comes Christopher Lewis outside of Tyler Gray.
Christopher Lewis, Tyler Gray are trying to work their way through the field, but right now they're in a big traffic jam of cars trying to make...
Well, Robbie gets a little bit choked up here as the action, the mud beginning to fly. It's going to be cars working their way down the back straightaway past the Brian Clausen Suites.
Caught a dirt clod.
Caught a dirt clod. Well, here they come out of turn number 4. It's still right. A lot of action right around the 8th position. You see Corey B trying to hold it down. Tyler Gray wants it. Up in front of them, it's John Kennedy. Shane Showtime Kelly now going to work to the outside of Tupper in 3.
Yeah, Showtime working the outside, but I tell you, nobody's working the outside more than John Kennedy right now. Kennedy's as high as you can go, but that's going to allow the 115 of Tupper to get to his inside. And let's see what happens as they go down into 1 and 2.
Well, look at this. We're going to go back up front. It's a battle for the lead. Cody Olson out of the Northwest region started from the poles, led every lap, but he's now being challenged by Blake Brown in the 74.
Blake Brown in the 74 is going to drive it off in there, see if he can get to the bottom of him. Right now, though, Olson's doing a good job of holding him off.
Look at that, right from the top of the fuel cell. Brown's going to make a sweep, nothing there. It's going to be Cody Olson through 3 and 4, holding on to the lead.
Olson still has the lead and is able to hold off Brown. But I tell you, things are picking up from behind Torrance Shirts. And she got one guy running the extreme top and everybody else down on the bottom. As John Kennedy is now starting to fall back through the pack.
Kennedy's worked the outside. He's still up there. However, he is going to slide back. Showtime Shane Kelly going to make a move. And here comes Tyler Gray following suit.
Yeah, the entire inside group right now seems to have all the momentum. Outside definitely doesn't seem to be there. Kennedy's not giving up on it. Neither is Chris Lewis. He's not as extremely high as Kennedy, but he's still working that outside on Shane V.
Down the back straightaway, it's Shane Showtime Kelly running the bottom. Look at John Kennedy right up there up against the fence through 3 and 4. They're going to rock it down the front straightaway, almost 3 wide going into turn number 1.
Yeah, Tyler Gray is tired of riding behind Showtime Kelly and Kennedy as he's going to try and make it 3 wide again as they come off of 2. This time he's going to fall in line down the backstretch as they head off into 3 and 4.
10 laps down, 35 to go. It's still Cody Olson out of the Northwest region up front. Blake Brown second, Kyle Vohringer in 3rd.
Right now the action is all over this track. Don't know which one all up front or at the back, but right now I'm looking at the 68 of Piles as he starts making his way towards the front.
Ronald Piles started 16th, already up 5 positions just outside the top 10 and 11. He's got Christopher Lewis in his sights as they rocket down the front straightaway.
Piles came in here expecting to finish top 10. He's got one more car to get and be able to move into that 10th position. Definitely digging hard as they go down the backstretch, throw it down into 3 and 4 as Christopher Lewis is working on where he be at the moment.
Look at those cars right up against the berm in 3 and 4. As it's going to be Christopher Lewis hanging on to the 10th spot. Corey B just in front of him. There's Piles right to the back bumper.
Piles to the back bumper, causing him to check up a little bit. Christopher Lewis is going to pull about a half a car length on him as they go down into 3 and 4. But don't look now, new car making his way into the battle.
Well, here we go. We're going to check back up front. You see the onboard from Cody Olson. Olson's going to go into 3 and 4. Here comes Blake Brown right to the back door.
Brown not quitting. He's giving Olson all he wants. Right now, Olson is just holding a pretty wheel down there on the berm, protecting that inside line, not letting Brown get to his inside.
You've got to think if you're Blake Brown right now, what can I do to get around Cody Olson as he's been flawless through 15 laps. It's going to be 30 to go next time by.
15 down, 30 to go as we head off into turn with our leaders. Right now, don't look now, but Vohringer's starting to catch up on these top 2.
Brown's going to slip up just a little bit out of turns 1 and 2. Vohringer right to the back door through 3 and 4. Robbie, with all this action, I feel like it's time to crank it up one final time from this Harris Clash here with the Ram Series.
Yeah, turn the iPad, turn the phone, turn the computer, turn it all up. Wake up, Grandma, tell her it's UMP modified time on Backwards Hat Productions.
The action remains fierce. It's Cody Olson now putting cars a lap down. Blake Brown still in tow, and here's Kyle Vollringer is still in third.
And Vollringer was able to get up to Brown's bumper that caused Brown to leave his focus off Olson for a minute and allow Olson to open up about a 3-car length gap now over Brown as they head down into the 3 and 4 chasing lap traffic.
There's caution flags going to fly on the speedway for the first time. Believe it's going to be the 20 car of Alex Bridger, driver out of the Midwest region. We'll see if we can go back and take a look at what happened. Robbie, the action's been nothing short of spectacular so far. 22 laps down before we see our first yellow.
Laps down. These guys have really put on a heck of a race. Right now, though, the question is what's going to happen to your car after this little work to your advantage? Somebody like Vollringer, does this work to your advantage? Now you get to cool your tires off after you chase these guys down? Or does this just play into Cody Olson's hand?
There you see the Chevy Silverado Pace truck going to lead them around. Folks, if you're joining in, welcome to All the Action, the second annual Sim Harris Clash, presented by the Ram Series. Live here from the Knoxville Raceway, the half-mile speedway, Knoxville, Iowa. Cody Olson really been the big story, Robbie, as he's led it so far from the drop of the green flag. All 23 laps have been out front for the driver out of the Midwest or Northwest region.
He hasn't turned a wheel entire night. He's been hugging that berm and keeping Brown and Vollringer at bay. I tell you, now these guys are going to get a fresh shot at him. Interesting to see what happens here, but I don't believe you're going to get a driver like Cody Olson to crack under the pressure.
Well, there's a look at Ronald Piles. He was the big story in the last chance qualifier, walked the dog on the field. He's currently up from the 16th starting spot to 11th. Still just one car outside that top 10 goal.
A lot closer to me. It's going to be crucial for him. He's got to make sure that, first of all, he protects what he has. He also wants to challenge and try and get around.
Here we go, the Chevy Silverado Pace truck going to make that hard left into pit road. It's going to be Cody Olson bringing us back to life. Green flag in the air. There's 21 laps to go in the Sim Harris Clash.
Olson's going to drive it down on the bottom. Brown behind him. Looks like Vollringer's going to go middle, see if he can make up some ground, but no one right now has anything for.
The top three going to begin to skate away a little bit. Then you're going to see Torrin Shirts running top shelf. John Kennedy's been up there all night. He's right there inside the top 5.
John Kennedy has not been afraid to hang that right side out there on the berm all night long on that upper cushion. Those two guys definitely right now are not making up any ground in these top 3 as they head off into 3 and 4.
It's going to be Kennedy, Tupper, Tyler Gray up into the mix. Everybody still chasing your top 3 as it remains the same. Cody Olson leads, Blake Brown and Kyle Vollringer.
Kyle Vollringer right now is trying to figure out what he needs to.
Oh, Torrin Shirts up the middle. Sorry to interrupt you, Robbie, but they split them 3 wide. Torrin Shirts with one of those smooth criminal moves going to pick up the spot on Eric Tupper.
Torrin Shirts dives it down to the bottom. He's going to try and get to the inside of Kennedy. Kennedy to the extreme top as always. If he was anywhere else, we'd be surprised. Kennedy's going to hold him off as they go down the backstretch in the 3.
Here you go, John Kennedy going to run it right up to the fence again. Eric Tupper follows suit. Meanwhile, you look off the roof cam of Torrin Shirts. He's currently in the 5th position.
Shirts trying to battle his way up. Started 2nd tonight. He's falling all the way back to 5th. Definitely not where he thought he'd be tonight. He thought he'd be more of a contender. Race has still got at least 17 laps to go as we come to the stripe of 60.
Go on board with your leader. Look at Cody Olson work that wheel. Tries to keep that car right around the berm in 1 and 2. They rock it down the back straightaway into 3.
Yeah, Olson has pretty much become one with the berm on the inside. Just holding it down there, daring anybody to try and get lower than him.
15 laps to go. It's been all Cody Olson, but back here, Tyler Gray now on the charge as he's up from the 12th spot to 7th.
Tyler Gray definitely making his way up through the field as he slowly but methodically has made his way up, and he's bringing Shane Kelly with him. Start battling.
Oh, Tyler Gray going to get the wall just a little bit through 3 and 4. Gathers it back up down the front straightaway as he continues to be in pursuit of the Rocky Top Outlaw Eric Tupper in the 6th position.
Eric Tupper's trying to defend off Tyler Gray at the same time, make up ground on Torrance Church right now. Tupper looks like the handling may be going away just a little bit on that 115 as Tyler's up in the wall again.
Tyler Gray up in the wall. Here comes Christopher Lewis, who's going to skate by. Saw the opening, wasted no time in taking it. Showtime, Shane Kelly going to try to work the bottom out of 1 and 2.
Kelly's trying down in the bottom, but look who's behind him, Piles. Piles moving up through the field some more as he's up to 10th.
Look at that. Tyler Gray going to run right up against the wall, virtue of the fuel cell cam. Here comes Shane Kelly, though. He's back on the move, looking for more as he's up in the 9th position.
Kelly on the bottom, Tyler Gray on the top. Ronald Piles behind both of them as they head down the backstretch. Right now, Tyler Gray is going to shoot to the outside of Christopher Lewis to see if he can make up the pass as he come out of 4.
Great action all the way around. Still Cody Olson leading, Blake Brown 2nd, Kyle Voringer 3rd. No change there. They run nose to tail. Right now, all of your actions right around the 7th, 8th, 9th position as you're seeing it all live here. Tyler Gray holds down the 7th spot. Christopher Lewis now going to take a look through the bottom through 3 and 4.
Yeah, Christopher Lewis. Bottom, Tyler Gray got to run him last time. Christopher gets a better run this time off of 4 as they head down into 1 side by side battling for 7th and 8th.
Here you go. It's going to be go time. Does anybody have anything for leader? Cody Olson's going to make another circuit around the racetrack through 3 and 4. Right around the bottom, Blake Brown still in tow.
Here all night long, but Cody Olson, like we talked about, it just basically put that nose on the berm and dared anybody to get lower. But don't look now. Vollringer is closing the gap. It's a 3-car lead as they head off into 3 and 4.
Oh, you saw it from the fuel cell. Vollringer took a look. Blake Brown shuts the door. Caution flag's going to fly inside 10 laps to go. Just as the leader's going to start to catch lap traffic, caution flag's going to fly one more time. We've had 2 of them so far for 4 laps, and this is going to bunch the field up for what is sure to be one heck of a shootout.
Eddie right here. Not going to have much time left to get it done. Got anything in your bag of tricks right now, Brown, you need to be able to pull it out. Because Cody Olson bound and determined to lead it flag to flag.
Well, some notables to mention once again. Tyler Gray is up from the 12th spot to 6 right now. That's a 6-spot advantage. Christopher Lewis in the 28 is up from 10th to 7th. Shane Kelly has started 8th and right there, and Ronald Piles, the driver who said if I can just make the top 10, I'm going to call it a success, has finally cracked that peak there, up from 16th to run 9th.
Heck of a job by Piles moving up. Gave him a couple more here on this next restart, but I tell you, it's about to get exciting, Bradley. We don't have many laps to go when we go back green. This could be the last restart of the race.
It could be one last shot for the leaders. Does anybody have anything for Cody Olson, who has been nothing short of phenomenal? He's led it so far. We're going to see if he can lead it flag to flag. It'll be 5 laps to go when we come back to the green.
Right now, he dominant on that bottom, just sticks the nose right on the berm, holds it there the entire time through the corner, never gets out of shape, able to drive up off the corner and keep around at bay. I tell you though, the man in 3rd.
Here we go. It's going to be Cody Olson. Brings the field back to life on the loud pedal. 5 laps to go. Whoa, doctor, she's on here, Knoxville Raceway. Does anybody have anything for Cody Olson? We're fixing to find out.
Yeah, we're fixing to find out if anybody's got anything from Olson right now. Though Brown's falling back a little bit from Olson. Able to gap him by about 3 car lengths.
Caution flag's going to fly once again. Torrance Shirts, Tyler Gray. You couldn't fit a piece of paper between those cars. That was the battle for 5th and 6th.
Bar the door. I think have a 1-lap shoot.
Katie, bar that door indeed. Caution flag's going to fly if we can get them racked and stacked ready to go back green. You're going to see a 1-lap shootout, folks, to determine the 2nd annual Sim Harris Clash. It's been a blast to call so far. Cody Olson, once again out of the Northwest region, has been the man to beat tonight. He's led all 43 laps ran of the 45 scheduled. Lights remain on the Chevy Silverado pace truck. The next time by is going to tail the tail. We'll see if we get the clear to go back racing with 1 lap to go. Robbie, if you're Blake Brown right now, I've got to think you're sitting back there. Last-ditch effort, maybe throw it deep, sell it cheap, but Olson's been stuck to the bottom. If you're going to make it work, you've really got to make it work on the high side.
Yeah, the only way he's going to get around that, or unless he's able to start enough to get.
Folks, we're having a little problems with Robbie's mic, cutting in and out. The double A's might have went dead, or maybe it's this Knoxville, Iowa air. Nonetheless, we're going to go back 1 lap to green, 2 laps to go. The Chevy Silverado pace truck's going to make the hard left in 3 and 4, and we're fixing to see the green-white checkered finish. Cody Olson's going to have to get the start of his restart of his life, but he's done that so far in every one that we've seen. Chevy Silverado pace truck makes the hard left. Olson's going to bring the field to life. Green flag in the air. 1 lap to go. The second annual Sim Harris Clash to be decided. It's Olson through 1 and 2. He's still got the lead. Blake Brown on the bottom.
Yeah, Blake Brown's going to fall 2 car lengths behind as they go down the back stretch. Looks like Cody Olson's in cruise control as they go to 3 and 4.
Here we go, folks. Coming out of turn number 4, you can give it to Northwest Region driver Cody Olson as he's going to lead the Sim Harris Clash second annual flag to flag.
Heck of a win by Olson. Brown in second and Bullringer in third. Tupper's going to come home fourth, and it looks like Tyler Gray is going to finish.
Well, folks, it doesn't get any better than that. 45 laps. Cody Olson, he was the fastest man night 1, locked himself in, proved that the night off last night did nothing to hinder that performance, as he's going to lead it flag to flag, pick up your win. Blake Brown second. Kyle Vollringer is going to finish third.
A word with Mr. Vollringer, our 3rd place finisher. Kyle Vollringer, Robbie Butner, Bagger's Hat Productions. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Brother, last night come home second, tonight come home third. Pretty successful week here at the Sim Harris Clash and the UN Mods. I tell you, man, it seemed like the bottom line there, you, Cody Olson, and Brown all battled it out there the entire 45 laps, but it just seemed like the bottom was where you needed to be.
Yeah, it was. It tightened down pretty good down there. I actually found, I don't even know what lap it was, maybe like 30 or something, like right through the middle. I could get a pretty good run on them, but it wasn't enough to make sure they knew I was there, you know, to get a position.
Heck yeah, brother. I tell you, man, one slip up from the leaders, you were all over them, definitely in a position to try and take advantage of it. Looking back at your week here at Knoxville Harris Clash, did you accomplish what you aimed to accomplish this week?
Well, I guess for good finishes, yeah, but we all want to come home with the win, right?
Yes, sir. Everybody wants to come home with the big trophy and the big check and the pretty woman give you the kisses in victory lane. Can't do that. A solid top 5 has definitely got to be good to know you can come home with a car in one piece and probably some good setup notes to take with you moving forward.
Yeah, we got better on the longer runs. You know, the green flag run there at the beginning was definitely a good thing for us, and then caution late really kind of took the chance away.
Heck yeah, brother. I tell you, it was awesome watching you race this week. Definitely enjoyed it from up here in the booth, watching you sling that thing around this track. But before I let you go, man, anybody you want to give a shout out to out there?
Yeah, we got Shady Race Engines, Gullickson Radiator, and Brad Doss at Doss Shocks, and Understeer Motorsports.
Heck yeah, brother. Well, Kyle, it was awesome seeing you here, the UMP Mods at the Sim Harris Clash. Hopefully we'll see you around some more, man. But heck of a week for you. Solid finishes both nights. Unfortunately, didn't come home with a win this week, but definitely learned a lot this week and be able to take it with you moving forward.
Yep, thanks.
Once again, that was Kyle Vohringer out of the Midwest region. Started 4th, finished 3rd, come up 2 spots shy of capturing a win here tonight. Still a solid night for Vohringer as he raced his way in last night's prelim. Definitely had one of the cars to beat, but on a track that's dry, slicked, and locked down like that, you've got to just kind of fall in line and hope for one of the guys in front of you to make a mistake. One of those guys who was on it all night is going to be standing by with Robbie now. That's the 2nd place finisher in the 74 car out of the Midwest region. That's Blake Brown.
Blake Brown, Robbie Butner, Backwards Hat Productions. Got a copy, bud?
Yeah, how's it going?
Man, it's going good. I tell you, heck of a race tonight. Seemed like you were right on Cody's bumper the entire time, but Cody kind of held that bottom line, wouldn't let you in there. What was it going to take for you to be able to get around him and pick up that one more position you needed for?
For him, he needed to make a mistake and slide up a little bit, and then every time he did, it seemed like I made a mistake and he pulled ahead, so it kind of canceled out there. But that's what needed to happen.
Heck yeah, brother. Looking back at your week here at the Sim Harris Clash, coming home 2nd in the main event. Although didn't get the big trophy, definitely got to be a good week for you overall.
Yeah, it was a good time racing with these guys. Cody's fast, and so was Kyle, so it was a good time all around.
Heck yeah, brother. It was fun watching you from up here in the booth put a show on for these fans. Definitely you and Cody put on one heck of a show the entire time, bumper to bumper, all the way around the race. Clean racing the entire time. I don't think you guys ever touched at one point, but couldn't fit a sheet of paper between your bumpers there at one point. But definitely was fun to see, man. And before I let you go tonight, is there anybody out there you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, iRacing iFlag. They hooked me up with an iFlag, and Jay Skins, he does the paint, and that's about all I got. Man, you guys for putting this on, man. Appreciate it.
Hey, it's our pleasure, brother. Definitely good to see you. Hopefully we'll see you around some more. But congrats on a solid 2nd place finish in the Sim iRacing Harris Clash. Hopefully, if nothing else, we'll see you again next year for it.
Yep, sounds good, man. Have a good night.
Well, you can hear the disappointment in his voice, and he said it best himself. All it was going to take was a slip-up from Cody Olson. But on his way, leading it flag to flag, the driver out of the Northwest region, flawless in the prelim night, going to be flawless again here tonight. And he's standing by in victory circle with Robbie Buckner.
Yeah, flawless is the word you can use to describe this driver for this week. Never turned a wheel wrong all week long. Cody Olson is going to be tonight's winner of the Sim Harris Clash. Cody Olson, Robbie Buckner, Backwards Hat. You got a copy, bud?
Woo! Yeah, I got one.
Well, brother, you went out and won your heat race on Tuesday. Unfortunately, I wasn't here to see it, but I heard you pretty much put on a flawless show like you done tonight, man. Let it flag to flag, 45 laps, put that nose on the berm and never, ever slid off of it, man. What does it take to do something like that?
Oh, man. Tons of throttle control and just trying to be up on the wheel and be as patient as possible. I want to give a big shout out to Blake Brown, man. He had the faster car tonight. He raced me clean. And, you know, he probably should be the one staying on this winner cycle tonight. But fortunately enough, I can be here.
I tell you, man, you and Brown put on one hell of a show for the fans out there. You guys bumper to bumper all the way around. Brown said the only way he was going to be able to get around you was if you slid up off the bottom some, and every time you did, he slid up with you. So definitely, man, you guys were giving it your all, wheels up, elbows up the entire time around this racetrack. It has got to feel good to know that at the end of this week, you got 2 wins, and you're taking home the big trophy and getting all the accolades at the end of this whole Sim Harris Clash.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I want to thank Kyle for putting this on, man. I know it takes a lot, 3 days in a row, 3 different classes. You know, it's a lot to do that. You guys for putting this thing on. I'm pretty stoked right now. It's the first big event I've won in a long time, so I'm pretty pumped up.
Heck yeah, brother. You deserve the right to be pumped up. You just won the Harris Clash. Ram Racing's big show that they put on each year. But definitely awesome watching you from up here in the booth, man. Hope to see you more out there on the track at some point. Tell you, man, before I let you go, one tradition we have here at Backwards Hat Productions is, man, you have the floor. Shout out who you want to shout out.
First and foremost, you two for doing this. Backward Hat Productions, you guys put on a hell of a show. Definitely Kyle for putting this on again, man. I appreciate it. All the boys that came and raced tonight, Blake, Kyle, you know, second, third place finishers. Blake, you raced me clean. I appreciate it, brother. You definitely had the faster car. Shout out to my brother Jason, my Nat. He's definitely been helping me this week, working with me and being by my side. And last but not least, all the boys at UDSRA, all of our sponsors, Dirtco Media House, Dirt Car Racing, Tim Hunt Design, Sprint Car Insider, and WFO Race Engines.
Heck yeah, brother. Again, congratulations on being this year's winner of the Sim Harris Clash. Go celebrate it, man. Live it up. Do what you got to do. But like Bradley said, man, if there's one word we can use for your week here in Knoxville, it's flawless, man. You ran flawless all night, both nights. And congratulations again from us here at Backwards Hat and everybody out there in Backwards Hat Nations. And good to see you, brother. Go celebrate it.
Yeah, I appreciate it, brother. I'm going to go crack me a cold one and kick my feet up.
Heck yeah.
Well, you heard it there, an ecstatic Cody Olson, as he should be. Like I said, let it flag to flag. We're going to take a look now at your complete rundown of the standings as they finished. What a great night of racing. And, oh, wrong one. Here we go. That's what I wanted to see right there, your top finishers and the field as a whole. Cody Olson's going to start first, leads flag to flag out of the Northwest region. Blake Brown second, Kyle Vohringer third. Eric Tupper's going to go up one spot from the 5th starting spot to 4th, and Tyler Gray is going to come up from 12th to round out your top 5.
Orange Shirts is going to fall from 2nd to 6th. Christopher Lewis started 7th, finished 7th. Or started 10th, finished 7th. Ronald Powell started 16th, going to finish 8th. That's an 8-car net gain. That's going to probably be your hard charger tonight. Heck of a job by Ronald. Dane Kelly's going to come home 9th. Corey B is going to come home 10th.
Up 2 spots from his 13th starting position to finish 11th will be Thomas Carberry out of New Jersey. Nate Anderson's going to finish 12th. 13th, Derek Fedkenauer. 14th will be Brad Doss. And rounding out your top 15, that's Blake Heather.
Finishing 16th, ending a miserable night of racing for him is Trevor Shagan Baker. Shake it off, Baker. We got more racing to do this year. Don Kennedy with hard brakes going to come home 17th after running it up on the high side all night long. Jeffrey Landham's going to come home 18th. Joe Halsey 19th. And Brett Rolls is going to come home 20th.
22 laps down, involved in an early incident, is going to be Kyle Brettfielder out of the Midwest region in the 900 car. You've got Alex Bridger in 22nd, and Kyle Ramsey's going to round out your field in 23rd.
Heck of a racing. I tell you what, man, there's one driver down here walking around that I think we're going to have to give one more shout out to tonight. Let's have a word with our hard charger tonight, Mr. Ronald Piles. Ronald Piles, hard charger, said you want to finish top 10. Anything else is gravy. Well, brother, you come home 8th.
Yeah, it was definitely a long trip to get up there. With the bottom line seemed to be most dominant through most of the night. Kennedy was up top, and I kind of wandered to the middle, and some stuff started coming around. Once that did, we started to get a little more forward bite out of the corner, but the whole shot out of the bottom was just killing me. So I just started playing the waiting game, waited for some people to miss some lines, and once they missed their line, I was able to get enough momentum to drive up underneath of them and then get the push going into the corner and hopefully back out of it before I slid up into them. Heck
yeah, brother. You definitely drove a smart race. Like I said, moved up 8 positions. Going to be tonight's hard charger. And you had a dominant performance in the LCQ coming here, picked up 8 positions. Overall, it's got to be considered a successful night.
It definitely feels amazing to do what I was able to accomplish tonight, especially with the week that I've had, especially starting out in the mods. I'm not going to repeat it for the people that have been here. They've seen that I've had a lot of issues with it from the get-go. But we took some final practice this morning before this, maybe 2.5, 3 hours to set this thing up, and hopefully be able to get something done with it tonight. And it's definitely proved my practice made for a very dominating performance and very helpful to my skills as far as Knoxville goes.
Heck yeah, brother. The biggest thing is taking away a big notebook full of notes of what works and what doesn't work in Knoxville. Man, just wanted to give you one last shout out. Tell you, heck of a job tonight, and congratulations on being tonight's hard charger.
Thank you very much. Been an awesome performance, awesome night. I want to thank you guys here in the broadcast booth for everything you've done all week. It's been nothing but spectacular, and I want to thank Kyle Ramsey for putting the show on with Ram Series iRacing here for what we have had tonight. It's been one of the most competitive races I've been a part of.
Heck yeah, brother. We'll go celebrate with the HAR crew and enjoy yourselves.
Oh yeah, we'll see you guys again.
Well, that was tonight's hard charger, Ronald Piles. You could hear it in his voice. Robbie, I feel like it was just a little bit of exhaustion mixed in with everything else. What a week Piles had, man. He rallied back though from the 16th starting position up to the top 10 where he said he wanted to be. One more thing to mention, Robbie, as we round out our week here. Sunday night we won't be broadcasting. Monday we'll be back with the Monday Night Thunder series as they'll be back in action. Tuesday night we're off. Wednesday night we'll be back with the Short Track Nationals in the Mid-South Virtual Racing League. But man, if tonight's action did anything, it should have ramped everybody up for the upcoming dirt season with the Ram series on Thursday nights, as we're going to be back in these cars.
Oh yeah, as I've been referring to it, Twisted Thursdays with the UMPs. Going to be a lot to look forward to. It's going to be, but I tell you, man, before we go off the air, we got to give a shout out to the man that put all this together, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Kyle Ramsey. Kyle done a heck of a job of getting all this set up for everybody. And I tell you, Kyle, man, I just want to know, how's it feel to having a successful event like this? And also, are you just exhausted and ready to just lapse?
I'm ready for bed, man. It's been a heck of a 3-day event, man. As the guys have said, there is a lot of work that goes into this, with the way that we set the grids, keeping track of everything. But at the end of the day, these guys came out. They helped put on an amazing show in all 3 classes. And the cool thing is, having 3 different winners in each division. Starting it off there with Trevor Baker, being able to come up, since he's come back to run here at Ram, he's had a lot of hard luck. We were joking there after a street stock win that Torn normally is always making them sing the swan song. Every time Trevor's got a good car, Torn just nips it right away from him. And that's cool for teammates to be able to have a relationship like that. Then, to start off the night tonight here with the late models, Eric Tupper, him and his brother Brett, Brett had a real good car. And Eric just sat behind him and put the pressure right to him, and Brett felt that he needed to look around for some more speed, and Eric took advantage of it. And so to see Eric, after his exciting season championship there with 360s, to get up there and win this, very happy for him. And then Cody Olson, Cody's new to the series. He came in here a little bit and ran a couple of the sprint races with us. We almost didn't think his hauler was going to make it to the track tonight. He literally rolled in, offloaded the car, pushed it to the grid just as we were getting ready to go. But he put on a heck of a show. You go back through here and look at lap times. Blake Brown, if things worked out just a little bit better, I think Blake would end up winning it. He had significantly the fastest lap time during that race. But it's how it all falls together, So congratulations to all 3 of those guys for winning, and thanks to all these guys that came out to make this a great event.
Heck yeah, brother. Well, hats off to you and the guys at Ram Series for putting on a whale of a show and allowing us here at Backwards at Production to cover it. And Bradley, I believe it's time for your famous send-off, brother.
It is indeed, folks. 3 nights of action-packed racing from the Knoxville Raceway. Knoxville, Iowa has come to a close. As the old song goes, turn out the lights, the party's over, and tomorrow starts the same old thing again. as racing can be found on the www.iracing.com server any night of the week. Great dirt action. Don't miss your chance to get involved. You know, if you like the action you saw with the UMPs tonight, you're out there watching. This is something you're going to see for the next 8 weeks with the Ram Series on Thursday nights. This is one of my favorite cars to run, one of my favorite cars to broadcast, and I can't say enough about how much I'm looking forward to that. A great 3 days. You know, nothing more can be said about it. Congratulations once again to Cody Olson picking up the win, leads it flag to flag. Once again, folks, that's going to wrap up another week here. Backwards Hat Productions will be off Sunday night. The first time you'll see us back is Monday night with the NMNTS Monday Night Thunder Truck Series, as it's officially the Hell Tour winding down, just a few weeks left, and then it's hashtag who's in with the hunt just around the corner. 12 hopeful drivers going to be looking to find pay dirt Monday night. You can catch all that action right here with us. We'll be off Tuesday night. We'll be back in the dirt with the Mid-South Virtual Racing League, race 4 of 5 of the Short Track Nationals. Definitely something you're not going to want to miss. And then Thursday night kicks off a brand new season with the Ram Series. It's the UMP Modifieds. Action-packed, ready to go. Once again, for Robbie Buckner, I am Bradley Wilson. This is the never widely imitated, never duplicated Backwards Hat Productions. It's been a long week, folks. I hope you all have a safe weekend. You're going to join us back here Monday night for some truck racing. Until then, we'll see you next time.